Previously on Balls.
Mr. Collins.
How you guys?
What is the big rush?
I've just got my daughter over from the UK. Hungry, these British people eat lots.
It's 4:15.
They live in a first world country.
It's 4:15. Ooh. Are you saying South Africa's third world?
Only at Sevens rugby, mate.
Okay, now, yes, I've been following on Twitter. You've been travelling the country, eh?
Yes, no, we did a nice trip up to Ngwenya. It's just south of the Kruger Park. Absolutely brilliant. We saw 17 lion in the Kruger Park, all in one big bunch, which I think must be some kind of record.
What's that, pre-season for the Aussie tour coming up?
Hey, the lion, that's coming up. Absolutely.
And where else were you? I saw you were somewhere else afterwards. Where did you take her?
Yeah, no, we went a few places. Oh, all the kind of touristy things.
You're cutting off your head, Neil. Tilt your screen a little bit. It's got a nice signal, by the way.
Nice
this
signal.
Is probably going to bugger it up now. There we go. That's perfect. Now we can.
No. Laura's been here many times before. I've got twins of 25, and they're both coming out one after the other. So I'm trying to fit in all the things I do, plus see my family again. You know what it's like. And it's great.
Good. Okay, so
had time to watch all the football with Laura's boyfriend, who gave me the British perspective.
Okay. Well, look, it's kind of the final week here for us before we close down for the holidays, and we're back again middle of Jan. Don't do. What are you doing?
I'm trying to see my
showing
daughter.
Your daughter. You know, let's have a look.
Yeah, Laura, smile for the camera.
Laura, smile. Let's have a look. Let's see.
Oh, come, give us a smile, love.
Hello, love.
Hello, love.
There we go.
Oh, looking right tan there. Got your tan on.
Doing his voices. You can't do an English accent in this house.
Oh, piss off, blimey. Go blimey.
Oh, blimey, you limeys.
Ask her if she wants to speak to Jeffrey Boycott.
No, she doesn't. Okay, cancel, no more accents.
So yeah, we're supposed to wrap up the week, but geez, more drama. And I was sort of, as I say, reading and following Twitter and seeing all the drama that went down and the subsequent puns, as Neil lights up another Marlboro. The subsequent puns about Rio Ferdinand, Man United, Man City still throwing money at the problem, stuff like that.
Yes, that's right. I like that one. I was first with that one.
Very good.
You were shortchanged.
Yeah.
Just a penny for your thoughts, Neil.
Penny for your thoughts, Neil.
You coined the phrase.
Yeah.
I'm just twittering that I'm on.
Give us your 5 cents worth.
.co.za. See, all my millions of followers will now watch. Okay, so yeah, listen, I love the two derbies. I thought it was a great weekend of football. I don't know how much you guys saw, but the Soweto derby was good enough. It wasn't absolutely sensational. I think if Benny McCarthy had lashed that one in at the end, it would have been a really memorable game. I felt that Chiefs eased up a little bit at the end. Stuart Baxter looked happy to draw to me, and that was a little bit disappointing. When you've got 90,000 people there, and the ESPN Star Sports coverage, which kind of put us global again for the first time since the World Cup, would have been nice to have seen a scorching winner and two sides going for it until the death. But it was a good enough game. I quite enjoyed it.
All right. I think Chiefs are quite happy to keep that little cushion at the top of the table.
That's right, and I understand that. Listen, I'm not criticising Stuart Baxter. I've done enough of that. He's done very, very well. Much better than I thought he would. And then you've got this little side, Platinum Stars. There was a game that wasn't televised, 6-4, and they're winning what you call the Q2, and Platinum Stars decide we know nothing about. With all this money from the Maracana area, are doing rather well.
Yeah.
So, African football, I think, boom time, as far as I'm concerned, was one of the guys that really cares. I've really enjoyed watching the South African football, but it just can't compare to what you see in the Premier League week after week, in my view.
How did Free State Stars do, by the way?
Free State Stars yesterday they beat Bloom Celtic in the Free State derby with a late goal to win 1-0. Free State Stars are above middle. They're doing all right.
That's good. Now, I think every time we speak to Steve, they win. Did you hear our chat with Steve last week?
Did you get Steve's message?
Very, very nice. I did see Steve's message.
Wasn't
very
that
nice.
Beautiful, eh?
Hey, are we the only people he'll talk to?
Can I read that message for you?
Please do.
Can I?
Okay, Johnny, go and pat yourself on the back.
Eh? Okay.
Yes, go for it.
Well, I said thank you, Steve. But
Neil's in a rush. His daughter's hungry.
You can go for it. I'll find it for you.
What happens if Matthew's hungry? We don't keep you waiting.
I'll find it for you, Darren. I can't find it now. So I'll get it.
So yeah, I mean it's our last chat. So just wrapping up the season as a whole. A lot of drama off the field, a lot of controversy. The racism issue, I think, was more prominent now than it's probably ever been. I think even more so than when Luis Aragonés had his issues. How long ago was that? That was a good 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
When he called Thierry Henry some rude things. Yeah, it's very, very sad. I was trying. We had a big chat at E! News this morning about how you stop it, and I was trying to say a lot of your average British football fans
are yobbos.
Are unemployed yobbos. Yeah, chavs we call them, and you can't stop everyone. There was one arrest made yesterday for racial chanting, one for coin throwing, and one for the pitch invasion. Which I don't know if you saw Joe Hart leap past Rio Ferdinand and stop that fan that ran on the pitch. I thought that was brilliant. But also there's this...
At least he stopped something.
Story that we have in Britain where they won't show the pitch invader or the coin thrower so they don't become infamous and they don't become, get a reputation for being a big boy. So I quite like that. I quite like it that they keep things kind of, in perspective. I don't think a great game should be ruined by a coin throwing incident, but I hope the FA take harsh action. I'd love to see Manchester City, as a result of that, forced to play a game in front of closed doors, in front of no crowd with closed doors.
Yeah.
60,000, times the 60, 70 quid that you pay to watch a game in England.
But that's not going to stop it, Neil. I mean, punishing the team for the actions of one, as you say, a handful of yobbos isn't going to change it. In fact, it's going to encourage the yobbos even more because they don't care about the football and probably don't care about the team either. They care about causing public trouble. The only way you're going to stop it is publicly, because you never ever hear what happens to these guys. They should publicly shame them by putting their pictures on the front pages of newspapers and give them the harshest sentence. Basically, break them. Like they've done to these two Aussie DJs. They must break them. And that's the only way you'll stop it.
Do that. I have seen the tabloids do that at times. They have taken pictures of people making racial movements and chants. When it's a good picture, they will put it on the front and say, do you know this bloke? He's a Chelsea fan or he's a something else, a Millwall fan normally. And they will absolutely shame these guys. And I probably, when the FA take action and when the court cases come up, I'll make sure that you see some pictures of that and you see some words about that. I want this to be a lesson to Orlando Pirates, who've been fined 4 times in the last 12 months for fan misbehaviour, and nothing's been done.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And to let things get out of hand here.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing does get done because effectively what they get fined doesn't really affect them, especially if you're one of the bigger clubs. But also, it doesn't stop the yobbos who are trying to cause trouble from causing trouble, because they know if they cause trouble, the team and the other fans are the ones that get punished. So you've got to try and identify them. And also, I think the other fans are the ones that should be made more alert in some way or another to actually weeding out these people so that they can either identify them, so that these guys know that if they ever go to a game and try to cause trouble, they're either going to be, if they are caught or when they are caught, they are publicly humiliated and they are stuck away in jail for a long time.
Well, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised, down to see the coverage, after the fact in some of these racism cases of late. Certainly John Terry's reputation took a hell of a knock over his racism. He certainly will never be perceived in the same light by African football fans again. And I think that these 3 that they've arrested yesterday, the coin thrower, the invader and the racist chanter, they will be left with a criminal record, and they will be shamed, and their friends will shun them, and they won't be allowed to go to Manchester City again. And I think that whole Kick It Out campaign, I was very involved when it started, was how to find these people and how to make sure every steward is watching the crowd, every CCTV camera is checking for people making these chants, throwing things. It's got a lot better in Britain, I've got to say, and it has helped to wipe it out. But there will always be a couple of fools, you're right, a couple of madmen that want to make their name by being stupid. And I don't know how you get rid of them.
Yeah, well, it's a public humiliation, lock them away, put them away for a long time, name and shame.
Yeah, no,
and at the same token, exactly the same treatment for Arsene Wenger.
Hey! That's the thing, isn't it? The utter humiliation for Arsenal fans was watching Samir Nasri cower away at the end of the wall. Did you see it?
No.
And then he hid behind his mates, stuck a foot out, and put Robin van Persie's free kick into the back of the net for the winner in Manchester. And they're all Arsenal players, and for you and I as Arsenal fans, the pain of that moment was indescribable.
Too much pain because that chop has let our best players go. I'm not saying Nasri was one of them, but yeah. And I see they're sort of sticking out a hand, hoping to catch a decent player again in the transfer window. Huntelaar is there, I believe, in Brazilian midfield, and there's some big name striker as well.
Well, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar will be signed as a striker, I think, Darren.
Is he the big name they're talking about? I saw a headline that didn't say the name. So
he's the big name striker that Arsenal have definitely earmarked to come to the club. But I can promise you that someone will make a better offer, because Podolski is Arsenal's current best paid player on £100,000 a week.
God help us.
Robin van Persie is on about £220,000 a week. Walcott is asking for more than £100,000 a week. They're offering him 90. I know it sounds like a lot of money in this country, and it is, but it doesn't compete with the top six in England, the top six spenders. Arsenal, like I said to you recently, they're about 36th on the list of spenders since 1992. And if you read Piers Morgan with his 3 million Twitter followers, you know exactly how Arsenal fans feel about that.
Yeah.
To see Robin van Persie scoring the winner in a very, very good Manchester derby yesterday was a deep pain. And if you took away Robin van Persie's goals, I think Man United would be 12th in the Premier. I know that's a slightly spurious statistic because someone else might have scored those goals, but it's really hurting Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah.
And of course, Sir Alex Ferguson and his ability, Darren, with an average side to beat a Manchester City side of billionaires continues to confound us. That's what I don't understand. It must be something to do with the fact that Sir Alex Ferguson is an old-fashioned cup thrower, and when things get tight, his players really want it. That's what I think. And I wanted to see that same attitude from Chiefs and Pirates. To have a manager like that you're still scared of is so rare in modern football, I think.
Yeah, I've been there so long.
I'm quite scared of Roger Desai, I've got to say, but, yeah. I know the Orlando Pirates players are, and they should be.
Yeah.
And then you saw all three Premier League games in England yesterday were late goals. Liverpool over West Ham, Everton with Stephen Pienaar, and they're still writing that Stephen Pienaar in the Daily Express, Stephen Pienaar might still play in AFCON, they're saying in England.
Yeah.
And those late goals in all those three games, Manchester, Everton and Liverpool, I think make the Premier League the best. And then you've got Lionel Messi scoring a million goals, or what is it, 85, 86 now?
85.
And so the big argument for me this morning has been about, Lionel Messi plays with the best midfield in the world. They've won the World Cup twice, those Spaniards, Iniesta and Xavi and all them. And he's got a great side around him. They're always near the top. And he's got 86 goals. Is that as good as Robin van Persie's record at Man United this season? I would argue that they're pretty similar. And that they have their own talents. But I'm getting a lot of stick from people for saying that.
Well, you like that. You love that.
Yeah.
You love getting stick from people.
But I think Messi's a spoilt brat. I'd like to see him play for QPR for a season. Sure. Or Mamelodi Sundowns or Amazulu. Yeah,
there we go.
I'd like to see that.
All right, well, let's leave it there. So you can go and take your youngster for a nice bite somewhere. Are you leaving the premises of Centurion? Are you going somewhere nice? Johnny's birthday today, Neil.
Sorry?
Johnny's birthday today.
Johnny's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
He's going to Spur. Can you believe he's going to bloody Spur?
He's going to Spur for his birthday. No, we might end up in a Spur in a minute. Listen, Johnny Wallen's timeline on Twitter is it's like something in the church. It's all kind of glowing tributes and commemorative messages. And Balls Radio has this reputation of being hard and gritty and taking the mickey. And John Wallen, he's one of those old-fashioned. He should have a knighthood from Zuma or someone. Just Sir John Wallen, the nicest bloke that ever lived.
You probably will get one.
Neil, if I could just say the same to you. You've got a heart, you're larger than life and a heart of gold.
A heart of gold.
Have you seen Neil on Twitter? Do you follow him?
Yes, I see, but
he
says it like he feels, and it's a good character thing if he says it like he feels.
Ain't no heart of gold there, my friend.
I'm going to take you out and find out what's really inside you,
You
mate.
can take me to the Spur.
Just if you take your daughter out for dinner, stay away from Pretoria West, my friend.
I do tend to actually.
Darren.
And Fitchville and Anna.
There we go. Have you taken it to a really proper good shebeen?
No.
Take her to Sukumzi's.
A few of those.
Yeah, so
Go to
Thinking of
Sukumzi's.
taking Laura in. Sorry?
Go to Sukumzi's.
Okay. Well, the only problem is Vilakazi Street at the moment, which is where I normally go, is packed with people
That's where it is.
worried about Madiba. Okay? And they're all worried about Madiba and they're all in a different mood, so that's kind of ruined our plans. But the plan was
Sukumzi's is in Vilakazi Street.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah, no,
a couple of houses down from Madiba's place, I think, actually.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
during the World Cup, that was the place to be for me.
Yeah.
It was the most wonderful experience. You know how much I enjoy crossing culture lines and enjoying, what South Africa's offered me in the last 2 years. I've had a great time as we come up to the end of the year and sum up our year. And you know how I feel about that. So,
Cool.
yeah, no, we've definitely talked about it, and we had it on her itinerary. So we may still do. I'm just worried about the Madiba thing. I don't want to be there if it's a
Geez, go easy now.
place morning.
He's all right, isn't he?
Yes, latest reports was that he was doing exceptionally well, and they were
that's good,
very
okay.
happy with his
That's
condition.
fine. She doesn't give me a heart attack here.
He's 90,
I've been
guys.
on the road for the last
Respect
5.5 hours. So.
Darren, he's 94, mate, and it could happen.
I
any
know,
time.
but the last reports I read, no, he was coming on and he was getting better and everything was cool. So I thought maybe I missed something while I was driving. Anyway,
Oh.
all right.
And I think the Telegraph picked up that story from the Sunday Times saying he's not talking at all, and that to me is always a sign. In the old days, they used to say that was a real sign, but we'll see. I mean, I obviously hope that he gets better. Yeah. All right, mate.
this
So is
country-
this our last? Is this our last chat before Christmas? and New
Yeah,
Year?
before Christmas and New Year, we're back on the 14th. We'll be chatting to you around about then as well. Obviously, all our plans we discussed with you are all well and truly on track. So we'll have a chat. We'll let you have a nice holiday, and we'll have a chat early in the New Year.
Now, give us a shout at some
Will
point.
do.
Okay, it's
Love-
good as always.
love to the
And
family.
know that- yeah, and is Nokwa there? Is Nokwa around?
Yeah,
She's
I
here.
thought I heard her voice. Who was she supporting? Liverpool and who was she
Kaizer
supporting
Chiefs.
in the derby?
Kaizer Chiefs and
Chiefs
Neal.
and Liverpool.
That's not yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice for Liverpool. It's nice when you see a
Remember-
squirrel find an acorn every now and again.
Yeah, I love the CV Gerrard own goal. That made me jump off my seat.
Oh, stop you.
All right, yeah, we're going to leave it there. Have a good Christmas. Give a nice wet kiss to Julie and say hi to the family and everyone. Enjoy it. Be safe, and we'll chat to you in the new year.
Excellent, mate. And to all of you, a happy Christmas and a good New Year. Yeah.
Thanks a
too.
lot,
Thanks,
Neil.
Neil.
Bye-bye, Neil.
See, Neil can
All right,
stay. He
guys.
said happy Christmas. Didn't say happy holidays. I like that.
Happy holidays.
No,
holidays.
no, piss
Merry
off. Happy
Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy birthday, John.
Yes, a silent night.
Thanks, Neil. Cheers, man.
Yeah,
Here we
bye-bye.
go. Neil Collins for the last time this year. Almost took us into the new year. Yeah.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate, and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za